Well, looks like we're gonna get demonetized. Anyways, tomorrow we are going to be having a new banner. As usual, the Crusher job does have a 700 physical attack, 100 HP, and 100 physical defense. The next job on the banner is going to be Dorothy Minstrel, which does come with some magic attack, but it is sadly only 100. It is primarily an HP job, as you can tell by the 500 HP. It has exactly 100 of each stat and then 500 HP. Not really my thing, but HP is actually pretty useful. You are going to want it eventually. Personally, I'm not too focused on it right now. I'm pretty much just pulling for magic attack at this point, just so that I can actually do my job better. But the important thing about this banner is going to be the weapons. Now, personally, I think this weapon is pretty trash, but depending on your situation at the moment, even though it has low physical attack and it's only DC 1, if you have medals, maybe it could be worth putting on this banner as opposed to the collab as a physical DPS. If you already have the jobs already, maybe. Like, maybe if you already got like 2 or 3 of the collab banner jobs, maybe it could be worth it. But personally, yeah, I probably wouldn't pull on this as a physical DPS in almost all scenarios, unless you already have medals and you can probably like just you just need something decent to pull on. I mean, I guess this is like fine, I suppose. Although I think there's still better alternatives up right now. But the big weapon that I think most people are probably interested in is going to be the Minstrel weapon, which is going to be Ukulele of Exploration, which is increased magical attack to 1 ally, and it has a 1.5 multiplier when you are at a disadvantage. So it is pretty much Heat Wave, but for magic DPS. And everyone already knows that Heat Wave is like dumb broken. So yeah, this is definitely the type of weapon that I think all minstrels should get. So minstrels, if you are a minstrel, please, for the love of God, pull for this weapon. I see literally zero reason why you should not pull for this, because at least for now, although I don't think it's bugged, I think it was just like bad developer choice. The collab instrument is like really trash. So unless you think that that's going to get buffed and you want to preemptively MLB it, this is definitely the shining star of this banner and probably the major reason why anyone should be pulling on it. The next weapon we're going to be looking at is going to be Staff of Divine Winds. It is a 1.5 target with RS2. Pretty decent defense, 2400 or so. Not quite, but it's pretty close. Yeah, I mean, 1.5 target RS2 is pretty much like a just pull it kind of thing, isn't it, at this point? Not 2 target, kind of a bit of a shame with that, but I think for most clerics, I'm pretty sure you still have at least like 1, maybe 2 slots left with let's say 1 target, or perhaps you have a 1.5 target that's not RS. This could replace that. The only concern I have really with this kind of pulling is that if you are a decent cleric, let's say 180 to 250k, which is a wide range for early game. Basically, if you're like already mid-late or like late game, you're pretty much, you kind of want to only pull for MLBs or like multiple duplicates of a weapon. So while you will have the GC crystals, I'm questioning whether or not it's even worth pulling for multiple copies of this weapon when you could be pulling for the collab staff, which is let's go take a look at that. As you can see, the collab staff is a 2 target with Replenish Magic 2, and personally I think a 2 target with RM2 is probably better than the other one, which is 1.5 with RS2 in terms of healing. And it's also just more useful. And of course, this weapon is, you know, collaboration weapon. So if you don't MLB it now, you're not going to have a chance to do it unless they rerun the collab, which they haven't done that thus far. So yeah, personally, I do think this is probably your better bet, especially when all the jobs on the collab banner are like really heavy, on defense. So that's just my take, even though I do think the weapon is pretty good. Unless you already have Sheena Staff MLB, I probably would not be pulling on it. Unless maybe you're like a couple hundred medals away from 1500, then you could probably just grab like one copy or maybe like the job or something. That is a pretty okay option as well. Next thing I'm going to be looking at is going to be this sword here, which I mean really there's not much to say about it other than the fact that it's a combo weapon. So I suppose, I think they said that we are going to be getting grid swap sometime in the near future, like the next 3 or 4 months. So if that is the case, I mean, as a DPS, having more combo weapons is obviously going to be more useful, or pretty much anyone actually, because you can grid swap out of your DPS set into a non-DPS set. So this is definitely a pretty good option when we do get to the point where comboing in the first like minute or two is important, and it is going to be the meta pretty much forever. So you're gonna be wanting to grab at least some combo weapons. That being said, yeah, I personally would not pull on it, even though it is 5 combo. It's just like no, I'm good. Anyways, that is going to be the end of this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. For now though, I'm out. Have a nice day.